There are currently 130,000 U.S. veterans in the United States that are legally blind, and 1 million plus vets with low vision, and every single one is facing challenges every day. But we're here to help. This is Wisdom Tech Talk. Thanks for joining us with a live studio audience coming to you from the Wisdom for the Blind studios in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Our passion is to talk about new and old technology that may help blind or vision impaired people in their day-to-day life. Let's do it. This is Wisdom Tech Talk, and this is your host, Benjamin Keeley.
At Wisdom for the Blind, we believe in the power of shared knowledge, connection, and support. Every story, every event, and every resource we offer is made possible because of you. We are a listener-supported organization, and your generosity keeps the wisdom flowing. With a one-time or monthly gift, you help us bring encouragement, community, and life-changing resources to those who need it most. Join us today, because wisdom is a gift meant to be shared. Donate at w4tb.org. Click the red Donate Now button, and thank you in advance for your generosity.
If you need more information about Wisdom for the Blind, please email info@w4tb.org. Or you may call us at 954-WISDOM-4.
Keith, thank you for that great introduction. You always treat us well. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Geek Club, where we bring the latest technology to you and show it on the TV and also on the radio. And tonight, good friend of mine, we've known each other for a little bit, and that is Carmen. How are you tonight?
Hi, Ben. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Good to talk to you again. It's been a few days or two.
I know.
So tonight, I believe you're going to be sharing a little bit of information about BlindShell. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So why don't we start off and you introduce yourself, tell us a little about your background, and we'll jump right into the BlindShell telephone.
Absolutely. So, once again, as Ben said, my name is Carmen Ochoa. I've been in this industry for, I believe, 5-6 years now. I've worked with a lot of companies that have been well known in the industry. And now I'm pleased to say that I am working with BlindShell, and I am part of the team that is bringing BlindShell back to the United States. So
that's great. So before we get started, I want to remind everybody we're going to be stopping in between Carmen's overview for questions. So please hold your questions until we do a break for questions. Carmen, so tell us about the product.
Well, I don't know if you guys are familiar or not. BlindShell is a phone that has been designed for the visually impaired. It's like a old-fashioned phone in a sense. A lot of people compare it to the old Nokia. That it's got tactile buttons. So I'm showing the phone right here, and you can, for those of you that are partially sighted, you can tell that I have some tactile buttons right here, and we're now in the 3rd generation of BlindShell. So this BlindShell Classic 3 was launched late last year, and it has a lot of amazing updates. So I can tell you guys a little bit more in general about the BlindShell, but I can also go into detail about some of the features that I know you guys are really gonna like. So are you guys familiar with BlindShell?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, I am not.
Okay, so like I said, BlindShell, it's a small phone. It's got a screen. Do you guys remember the old Nokias back in the day that had the screen at the top, and at the bottom it had all the numbers?
Oh, like a BlackBerry.
Yeah, similar to it. Yes, similar to it.
Okay. Okay.
So, so Thomas, this would make you feel a little bit of that comfort of knowing exactly what the phone looks like and what the phone would feel, because it is like one of the Blackberries.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
Notification, 5:10 p.m.
well, I'll
5:10 p.m.
I'm sorry, I'm in Colorado, so that's why it's giving us
Oh,
that time.
it's fine. It's fine. I have supersonic ears, so I'm hearing everything.
So before I actually go into the BlindShell, into all the little details about the BlindShell, I want to tell you a little bit more about BlindShell back in the United States. Is this going to be sent out to a lot more people, Ben? Or do you want me to just focus on Martin and Tom?
No, it's going to be sent out and also put on the TV station.
Okay, so no pressure there, right?
Yeah.
So BlindShell in the United States for the last 6 to 8 months had left the country per se, and now we are back with US operations. So we have a team. We have hired new customer support people. So no longer, if you're hearing this and you're familiar with BlindShell and you're saying, well, gosh, those people took my customer support away, and why is it all the way out there in Europe? Well, you know, you're going to have to find something else to be worried about, because we're back in the United States. We're getting customer support back. Diane's coming back to work with us, and we're also hired somebody else full-time. So we're going to have a full sales and marketing team. We're going to do customer support and training. So just, we are back, and no more reason to be upset at BlindShell. And this should also make the VAs very happy, because you know, they wanted local support, so now they have it. So do you guys have any questions?
Space,
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
space.
I'm having a little trouble. It's called Cell, C-E-L-L, or Shell, S-H-E-L-L?
Shell, S-H-E-L-L.
Shell. Okay, got it. Thank you very much. Oh, and I guess if we're on questions, is this so it's a cell phone? Is it like a smartphone with voiceover?
Yes, it is.
Do
So
does the keypad have a way of raised letters, or where you can feel it almost like a braille type setup, or?
yes and no, not like a braille type setup, but just remember those old type of phones where you could feel when you were
Yes.
pressing the one, you could feel it. Now I'm
Yes.
gonna play around with it in a little bit, and you guys are gonna be able to hear it. When I
Okay.
play around with it, I'm gonna be quiet and just let the phone speak for itself. So I'm not interrupting it, because you guys don't really want to listen to me. You want to listen to the phone, right? At least that's what my husband says, but just kidding, just making,
It's all good.
so, BlindShell, what is it? It's a phone designed for the visually impaired. Does it work with all the service providers in the United States? Yes, it does. However, do most service providers in the United States acknowledge that it works with them? No, they don't. They still look at the phone and go, I don't know what it is. You know, it's gonna explode in my face, because it's not something that they're really used to. So, no worries there. if somebody were to get a BlindShell and they take it to T-Mobile and T-Mobile says, we can't help you, no problem. You're going to be able to call BlindShell. You're going to be able to get support. And we're going to be able to walk you through everything. Okay. Does BlindShell, what can you do with BlindShell? You know, is it just, you know, making phone calls? Because nowadays it seems like that's the least of what people want to do. Yes, you're gonna, with BlindShell, you're gonna be able to make phone calls. You're gonna be able to send and receive text messages. But you're also gonna have a whole lot of other features. So, you're gonna be able to send and receive email because there's an app for that. You're going to be able to connect to the web because there's an app for that. You're going to be able to, there's calendar, there's tasks. So you're going to be able to schedule your own tasks. You're going to be able to do all this. And best of all, most of it, you're going to be able to do it just by using your voice. So does that sound simple? Yes.
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 Okay. So, as I mentioned, you're going to be able to make a call very easily. So I'm gonna describe how you do this. I'm gonna lower my screen a little bit. And I'm just going to
One new notification. Volume 5. Step 8, 9. Volume 10.
so
It's
were
got a
you
good
guys able to
speaker.
hear that? Yeah.
Got a good speaker system.
It certainly does. So questions that I often get is, does it connect to Wi-Fi? Yes. Does it connect to Bluetooth? Yes. Can you change the rate of speech? Yes. Can you change the voice from a man to female, different? Yes. So we've taken care of all that. And you know, it seems like that's standard nowadays for all devices, especially for the visually impaired. So, but if you're able to see the screen, you're going to see that at the top half of the screen, it says 517, and it's got a few other identifying
Call 1 of 8. Messages 2 of 8.
hold on, I'm trying to look at it myself.
Contacts. Message call 1 of 8. Turn off the phone. Manual. Settings. Turn call 1 of 8.
Well, I was trying to describe the main screen.
Dial contact 1 of call. 1 new notification. 5:18 p.m.
Okay. So, at the bottom, there is, my screen's not being very clear. That's why it's bothering me a little bit. But at the bottom, it shows me a 1, and that is telling me that I have 1 new notification. However, you guys just heard it. The phone tells me exactly what's going on. At the top, I can see that there's 2 arrows. That's telling me that the phone is connected to a data plan, and it's receiving data from, in this case, I have it through Ultra Mobile, which is powered by T-Mobile. So it's getting the data plan from there. And what I have on either side, I have different columns. One of them is telling me how high the volume is, and the other one is telling me how strong the battery is. Below the screen, that just went dark. So in the middle of the screen, when I start heading down towards the number pad, I have 2 horizontal lines. And those 2 horizontal lines that are right smack in the middle of the middle. So if you have the phone and you were going to pick out the middle of the middle part of the phone, you would see 2 horizontal lines, and those act as an up arrow and a down arrow. And we're going to be using that for just about anything else that we're going to do in the phone. Okay. Then as I'm looking at the phone, if I go towards the right side of the bottom arrow, there is a slanted red slash. I'm showing it right here on the screen. That is the back button. And then if I go towards the other side, there is a green circle button. So you're going to be able to feel it. It's tactile. So if you have a big red button, that is the enter. And if you feel a slash, that is the back button. Okay, so everything is very tactile. And when you press a button, you feel it. So it gives you that comfort of knowing that you've done something with the phone.
May I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
When you're in voiceover mode, does it allow you to do extensions with your fingers or using the textile keypad?
Are you meaning
Is
if
it
I
a touch screen?
it is a touch screen. The touch screen is used with certain applications.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, because the reason I'm asking is in voiceover on an iPhone, you literally tap the phone and then you drag the numbers over each other to be able to push an extension for like if I was trying to reach you at your office.
Oh, okay. Here you wouldn't have a problem because if you dial somewhere and it says, the annoying press 1 for this, press 2 for that, you would just be able to, the phone will know, and you can just directly go to the number pad and press whichever number. So it would be a lot easier to operate than what the iPhone does.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing to remember, Thomas, is this device is designed pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, for totally blind people.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, Ben.
Yeah.
There's some people that have some sight that have enjoyed the phone because it gives them that level of it's what we know. I mean, I think our generation, these were the first type of phones that we had.
Yes.
If we remember, so it's bringing us back to these first type of phones.
So it's not even compared to the iPhone. It's two different technologies.
Oh, totally understand and have totally paid much attention to her presentation in knowing what the phone offers. Again, is this while we're on this topic, is this an in-house built phone or is this an outsourced phone by Motorola or, Samsung or?
This is an in-house built.
Awesome. Okay.
So, in the essence of time, I'm just gonna go just describe a few more things and I'm just gonna start playing with it and have you guys listen to it because I just saw the time. It does have a camera and that's gonna come in handy in a few minutes when I show you some features. And we're not an hour and a half is not going to be enough to explain everything that the phone can do.
Understood.
So this is just going to be part of it. But first of all, for security reasons, because with phones, I like to focus on initially what it's meant to do, which is it's a communication device and provide access to the external world. Everything else is icing on the cake, but we need to be able to communicate, especially if, God forbid, something were to happen, right? So in the back of the phone, right beneath where the camera is in the middle of the phone at the top. Right below it, there is a button, and if you put your finger on it, you can feel it. It's just very, very comfortable and your finger fits right there. That button is the SOS button. However, you guys can go ahead and put anybody's phone number for this SOS button. So if you feel that your son or your daughter or your wife would be the best people to reach out in case of an emergency, you put their number to be accessed through that SOS button. If you feel it's emergency services, then you go ahead and do that. If you feel that your wife is just going to leave you there and go, good luck, do not use that. So with that said, I'm going to also, as I'm looking at the phone, where my thumb would be, which would be on the right side of the phone, there is a button. It's a long button on the side. Usually we know it very similar to volume up and volume down buttons on the iPhone, but this one's a lot larger. And this is a button that you're going to love because this is a button that you're going to be able to use to either access all your favorite apps, which we're going to go into in a minute, or you're going to be able to access Luna. And Luna is our brand new AI. I call her like a pared down version of Siri. So a lot of people, are not able to use the iPhone, but they still want to be able to have the same experience that a lot of people have with Siri. So here you're going to be able to use Luna. So you just do a long press, you feel it vibrate in your hands, and you're going to be able to speak to Luna, and you can ask her to call Thomas, find a recipe with salmon, what time is it? You can ask any type of questions that you would normally ask Siri. It is based on ChatGPT, so it's going to be learning as ChatGPT learns, and as it gets bigger, so will the information that Luna is going to be able to provide. But Luna is also going to be able to send a text message to Martin, or it's going to be able to open all the different apps that I have. So we're going to go to the apps in a few minutes, but I just want to show you basic phone functionality. Okay. So I talked about making a phone call. Do you guys remember when we're talking about Blackberries and all these old-fashioned phones, where it was just so easy? If you long pressed the number 1, you could call, the first person, that
In your contacts.
the whole world. Yes, I miss that.
Yes, me too.
Okay, well, you have that now. You're gonna have that with this.
Okay.
So if I long press 1, I think the only contact I have on my BlindShell is myself. But you're going to be able to long press any of these numbers. You're going to be able to have 9 different favorite phone numbers.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
So
One new notification, 5:28 p.m.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go through a lot of the menus so you guys can hear what I have. And then I'm going to go into some of these features. Okay. So I'm going to be quiet and let the phone do the speaking.
Call, 1 of 8. Messages, 2 of 8. Contacts, 3 of tandem, 4 of 8. Applications, 5 of 8. Settings, 6 of 8. Manual, 7 of 8. Turn off the phone, 8 of 8. Call, 1 of 8.
So when it's telling you 1 of 8, it's just so you know that there's 8 elements in that menu. So you know when you're done with that menu and when you're going to go back to the start. So
How many menus are in the phone, may I ask?
in that first main menu, we have 8.
Okay.
But now I'm going to go into call.
Dial
Gotcha.
contact. 4.
So dial contact 1 of 4. Let's say I
Mhm.
want to continue in the call menu. Let's see what else we have.
Dial number 2 of 4. Call history 3 of 4. Call settings 4 of 4.
Okay.
Dial contact 1 of 4.
So I'm going to press the green button because I want to go to dial contacts.
Carmen 1 of 2.
Oh, there's this contact, this person named Carmen. How do I call her? I'm just going to press the same button. Very easy.
Dial 1 of 1.
And it's call. I'm gonna, it says dial 1 of 1. You heard that. I'm gonna press the green button again.
Dialing Carmen.
And my personal phone is in mute, but it's calling me. I don't want to answer, so I press the
1 of
slanted.
2.
I press the slanted button, which is on the opposite side of the green button, and that ended my call. If I wanted to add contacts, I go through this same menu to add a contact. I go through the same menu to, anything we need to do with phone calls, they're all right there in this menu. So very easy. Once again, takes you back to the initial phones that we used to have some years ago. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, hundreds. Let's start with the magical. You said, is it dedicated to T-Mobile?
No, you can use it with AT&T and Verizon as well.
Oh, okay. So you can use Verizon. Okay, very well. Okay.
Yes,
And the buttons that are you explaining that are green and red, and are they raised a little bit, or are they part of the
absolutely.
textile that? Okay, so I would be able to
All the
distinguish
buttons are
one from
raised.
one. Okay,
All the buttons are raised.
okay. And what
Oh,
is this
Carmen 1
device?
of
What
2.
is this device starting at in the world of non-VA people?
$690. That's where it starts and that's where it
Okay,
ends.
okay, okay. Very nice. Okay.
We have different accessories in the box itself. You do get a lot of accessories, but there's some additional accessories that you can get through us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to go back.
Contact call 1 of 8.
I'm going to go back to my menu.
Messages 2 of 8.
So this is where I can go to text messages.
Write SMS 1 of 5.
So I can write a text message here, like you guys heard it. How would I write it? The same way we used to have to do it, where, well, I'm just gonna.
Select contact Carmen 1 of text. Capital H G H I.
So I'm just saying hi. I'm done with my text.
And now in voiceover,
Message
would
1 of
I
3.
be able to tell that to do that?
Yes.
Message sent. Write SMS 1 of 5.
So, I'm just gonna, with your question, I'm gonna go and talk about Luna, which is the AI assistant. So I'm gonna do the long press on the right side of the phone where my thumb is.
I listen after a beep.
Send a text message to Carmen.
I heard the beep.
Like to beep.
Oh, it heard you. Okay. Send a text message to Carmen.
Send a text message to Carmen.
No, of course.
Message sent. Write SMS. 1 of 5.
Hold on.
Messages.
I'm gonna
1
go back
notification.
and do this.
5:35 p.m.
Send a text message.
Luna, please provide me with the contact name or phone number you want to send the text message to, and let me know the message you would like to send.
Got it.
Carmen.
Luna, can you please provide the message you would like to send to Carmen?
Tell Thomas I said hello.
Don't like me.
Yeah, I only found Carmen in your contacts. Would you like me to send a message to her instead?
Yes.
Two, Carmen, text. Tell Thomas I said hello. Do you
Very
want to
nice.
send this message?
Yes.
Luna, hello. How can I assist you today?
So
let me-
Luna is your AI. That's pretty interesting.
Yep. So I've actually received all these messages from Luna that I'd like to send a text message to Carmen. I also received a text message of tell Thomas I said hello. So
Uh-huh.
it's been sending all these text messages. I could have done that quicker by just giving it more direct commands, but that's the AI assistant. So you just have to press the button, listen for the beep, give it the command, and then just move forward with it. Just respond to whatever it's asking you. Does that
Oh,
answer the question?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has the same type of voiceover as what I need. Again, it's new, so as everything in new, it's a challenge. So my brain is trying to process it right now.
Right. And don't worry about it. But we can do also, Thomas, is we can talk offline
Yeah.
and be able to provide you a little more information.
Two, Carmen, text.
So
Tell
I'm just
Thomas I said hello. Do you want to send this message?
you already said that. Hold on.
Two,
Oh.
Carmen, text.
So
Tell
how,
Thomas two.
how do you feel
Carmen,
about this, Ben and Martin and whoever else is with us?
Space.
I think it's a good product.
Sounds interesting.
So
Okay, so let's hold on the questions and let her
yep.
move on because she's
Sorry.
got a lot of things that the device does.
25% 4G.
Sorry.
Here T-Mobile. Mobile data enabled. Data usage. Battery state. 94%. 1 new notification. 1 of 5:38 p.m. Wednesday, March 19th. Wi-Fi state. Not connected. 3 Bluetooth. Disabled. Signal strength 25% 4G. 2. Carmen. Text. Tell Thomas I said hello. Do you want to send this message?
Yes.
Luna, how can I assist you today?
It had already sent it, but exit.
Okay, that's awesome. So you have
If you need to end the session, just let me know how else I can help you before you go.
What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go to the next big feature I want to show you. So I'm gonna ask Luna to open it. Okay. Open
Did
Tandem.
not understand. Try speaking more clearly.
Open Tandem.
Contacts, 1 of 4.
So, sounds like I'm, going crazy. What's this whole tandem thing, and why is it now saying contacts? And Carmen, you've gone crazy. And all I can say is, yes, I have. But regardless of that, Tandem is our proprietary app that it's a combination between Messenger, WhatsApp, FaceTime, all these features, Be My Eyes. It's got almost everything included in there, but all designed especially for the blind to be used with our phone, and it is completely encrypted. So what can you do with Tandem? First of all, with Tandem, you can do, well, let me back up. Are you guys familiar with WhatsApp?
Oh, yes.
Space.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you can send a text message, you can do a video call, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, and you can make phone calls. So you can do all those things with Tandem. However, you're going to be able to do one more thing, and this is what the VAs and the programs were loving when we were at CSUN, is if, for instance, Thomas were to get a phone and there is a point where he's like, I don't know, Luna does not answer me. What's going on, Carmen? I need customer support. What can I do? And, we need to help Thomas out, but I can't go to Thomas's house, and he's not able to go to the nearest VA or any other service. Not a problem, because through Tandem and through a very secure connection that I can, very easy, but I can walk you guys through later on, our customer support is going to be able to connect Thomas's phone, and we're going to be able to see what Thomas has on his screen. So we will be able to manipulate his phone, maybe go to the settings, make sure all the settings are set correctly. So we're going to be able to provide support remotely, manipulate a user's phone, but manipulate in the good sense of the word, because nowadays that means a lot of bad things. But so it's very easy. No longer will you have to wait for days for somebody to drive you to the nearest VA for you guys to get help. So I call that also a phone a friend. So you can have Tandem. You have Tandem on the BlindShell, and I can invite my friends or my family members that have Android phones or that have iOS phones. They can install the Tandem app on their phones, and they can help me from their phones. So, Thomas, I'm picking on you. I don't know about, I'm gonna say you have a neighbor who's really awesome and wants to help you with everything. You can have the neighbor download Tandem onto his phone. And if you need help with either settings on your phone or figuring out what's going on, he can help you from his house. Even if your neighbor goes on vacation, your neighbor can help you from wherever he's at, because he's going to be able to connect with you through the Tandem app.
And will you be able to manipulate also?
He'll be able to manipulate, yes. And I'm gonna go through some of the menus so you guys can understand where it's not just you're just giving access to somebody and they forever will have access to your phone. It's not that case.
Okay.
So I'll demonstrate that in a minute. But when I was trying to talk about Tandem, I mentioned Be My Eyes. And it's been my experience, as much as I love Be My Eyes, that sometimes the family members of users feel a little discomfort with saying, well, wait a minute, I don't want my mom or my dad or my son to have a perfect stranger, be able to connect with them and have them see all over their house. And, I just don't feel comfortable with that. So, I can't remember what show it was. I had the phone a friend. So that's what I call it. That's sort of the phone a friend, equivalent, because once again, your neighbor's off in the Bahamas enjoying his vacation, and Thomas reaches out and says, "Hey, I don't know what I did with this. Would you be able to help me?" And you're going to be able to connect with him through Tandem, do the video call, and he's going to be able to see what you show him, what the video camera shows him, and he's going to be able to help you. And you don't have to worry about having a stranger looking at anything in your house.
The show is called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And it was one of the lifelines.
Yeah. There you go. Well, this is a lifeline, isn't it? Phone a friend.
Contacts.
So
104.
I'm Thomas. You went silent. Am I picking on you too much?
Only because I am Carmen. I'm trying to process everything you're saying as what I would be doing and how I would be doing. I'm literally, I don't know if anybody can see me, but I'm literally using my fingers and trying to figure out the keypad as you're speaking and trying to see if this would work for me in that sense. The voiceover sounds like it would work for me. Definitely. That's a good given. So there's a few things that I have to just process in my brain to, as far as iPhone, I think what's just happened to me, and it's just happened because over time of growing with vision until I was 62, and only being blind for a short period of time, I got used to the iPhone, so it kind of became me. So this new adventure and this new protection, this new encryption, all of this is very intriguing to me. I just have to just make sure that if I'm going to do something like this, it's going to also, it's going to be long lasting, and it's going to be able to reach out. Let's just say I have no friends. Does the network have its own friend that would help me find my way out?
You know what? If Benjamin's your friend, I'm your friend, but we can have customer support.
Gotcha. So customer support can just be
different things.
Okay.
But we would still have to figure it out, because right now, Tandem connects. We can connect with another type of cell phone. We don't yet have it connecting to a computer. So we would just need to figure out how to do that. But let's just say, Thomas, you were to get a phone, and I think that would be the least of our worries, because we can figure out how to help you in that sense.
Okay.
So, but I'm going to go through the menus in Tandem so you guys can hear that you have choices. You can connect with somebody just because you want to text them and want it to be encrypted. You can have a phone call, a video call, or a remote call. So I'm going to go through the menus.
Contacts. 1 of 4. Add new contact. 2 of 4. Settings. 3 of 4. Manual. 4 of 4. 2. Carmen. Text. Tell Thomas 2.
Boom.
Carmen.
Sorry,
text.
I left.
Tell Thomas I said hello. Do you want to send this message?
So I apologize. It's stuck on.
And Matt,
Tell Thomas I said hello.
2. Carmen. Text. Tell Thomas I
lost volume here.
5:49 p.m. Call. 1 of 8 messages. Contact. Tandem. 4 contacts. 1 of 4. Add new contact. Settings. Add new contacts. 1 of 4.
So I'm in Tandem. I'm in contacts. I'm going to press the green button. That Thomas, I want you to picture this. You're holding the phone is a lot smaller than an iPhone.
Okay.
And you're holding it in your hand, and your thumb I have small hands, and with my thumb, I can, holding the phone, I can press the large green button because it's gonna be on the opposite side of where my thumb is. So it's gonna be on the left side. And so when I hear contacts, I'm gonna press that button, which is enter.
Carmen, 1 of 1.
Says Carmen, so that's the only contact I have in tandem. Gonna, once again, with my thumb,
Open chat, 1 of 5.
press that. I don't want to do open chat, so I'm just gonna move a little bit to the right, and I'm gonna feel this long line, this long horizontal line, and that's gonna be a down arrow.
Call, 2 of 5.
So now I know I can call Carmen.
Video call, 3 of 5.
I can do a video call with Carmen.
Remote control, 4 of 5.
I can do remote control with Carmen
Manage contact, 5 of 5.
or manage contact. So if I just want to do a video call with my friend, I can do that, or I can do a remote call. So it doesn't always have to be one or the other. Okay. If I want to get out of this menu, then I go a little bit further to the right with my thumb, and that's where the slanted line is. For those of us that have sight, it's a red slanted line.
Carmen, 1 of 1.
So I just keep pressing it
Contacts, tandem,
until I exit
notification,
the menu.
5:51 p.m.
Okay.
Okay.
If Thomas, if I have my finger on the green button, if I go directly underneath that green button with my thumb, then I go to the number 1. And that's how easy and tight the menu is on the phone. So you can pretty much hold it and do everything with your thumb. You don't need to use 2 hands to operate the phone.
Understood. I was only saying 2 hands first off because that's just the way the phone size is. But again, that being a smaller phone, probably could thumb operate it.
Yeah, I mean, my hands are pretty small, and I can pretty much do it all with 1 hand.
And
So,
does that have a hands-free operation too if you're driving?
well, Thomas, are you driving?
Well, I have a friend that owns a Tesla and it's got autonomous driving, so I'm thinking we're going to take a ride one of these days.
Sorry, you got me on that one. So I was going to say Thomas. Did not realize I'm not as
Go Tesla.
I knew I was going to blow her mind with that, Ben.
Oh, I was getting set up, right?
I don't admit that I.
Oh, Ben, we're losing you.
Yeah, he went. What he was saying is he's not going to admit that he owns one.
I'm not gonna touch that with the 10-foot pole.
Well, it's because of the autonomous. It's just mind blowing. I mean, you think about all the years that we've been in an autopilot jet.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I mean, it's no different than the ground. We're just making a big deal over it because it's on the ground. That's pretty much, if it was up in the air, nobody cared because the pilot be sleeping across the ocean and we'd never even know he was sleeping.
That makes me feel better.
Well, again, you know, you have to. I mean, you have to be realistic when you think about this. You know, new developments with AI and all of this technology. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. We're just sitting here with the glasses, listening to your whole tutorial through these glasses is mind blowing.
Absolutely. I mean, technology, even in, when I started in this industry to now, it has changed so much.
Yes.
It's like you say, it's absolutely mind-blowing, and things that at some point were developed very specifically for an audience are now just very mainstream.
It's
So-
it's like I say, the phone that you have seems to offer everything that you need. I just right now my brain is just in trying to think of this keypad. This keypad has got me a little kind of like, even though it's textile, it's got me a little kind of like, in one of those modes, because I don't know if I know it talks to you as you hit the textile, so at least it gives you the letter or the number that you're hitting. So it's a new thing, and again, like anything else, if I decide to purchase it, it would have to sit down and spend time learning. And while I'm asking, and I'm going to get yelled at for killing your time here, but does it come with training?
Yes, we're going to be able to provide that. As I mentioned, we are building all this back up.
Okay.
So, that's why I kind of held back answering. So if you were to purchase it tomorrow, I would not be able to offer you training the next week because we're in the process. But yes, we are going to have training. We have a lot of videos. CMCV has created a video on the BlindShell Classic 3, and we're creating more videos, more how-to videos.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot of material. I wanted to mention a couple other things is apps. People are always wanting apps and more apps. So we have two different app stores. We have the BlindShell App Store, which are apps that have been created directly for the BlindShell. And we know that they're gonna 100% work with every single button and feature of the BlindShell. And then we have the third-party apps. Third-party apps, for instance, Uber. I was able to download Uber Lite onto the phone. I know a lot of people often ask about different rideshare apps.
Yeah.
So I can tell you that that's there. There's just a lot of different apps, a lot of different possibilities. And it all depends, in that case, for the third-party apps. It's not whether BlindShell allows you to download the apps, it's whether those apps are compatible with the BlindShell. Gonna give you an example. I was at CSUN last week, and somebody asked me about an app for glucose monitoring. And so we went ahead and we downloaded the app. I can't remember the name of the app. We downloaded the app. I don't know if it's because I didn't know how to use the app or what. I wasn't able to use the app on the BlindShell. I still need to go back and play with it and see if it's something, like I said, that has to do with just, I didn't know how to use the app, or it's just not compatible with BlindShell.
Understood.
However, last week as well, we had a gentleman come visit our booth from Yahoo. And he said, well, our Yahoo apps, are you guys able to download them? And we didn't know, because there's so many apps out there. We don't know all of them. And so I started playing with it, and guess what? I downloaded the Yahoo, the sports app. I downloaded the finance and news app. I could download the Yahoo Mail app if I wanted to. So there's so many apps out there, and some of them are more accessible than others. And that's unfortunately, that's the way of the world right now, with all different third-party apps out there, right?
Yes.
but BlindShell apps, we have a large number of BlindShell apps that you can get the information. It's on the web. I'm going to give you guys the website. You guys are going to be able to get that information on what type of apps you can get, but also you're going to be able to get that from us, especially once we have customer support set up. With that said, and Ben, how much time do we have?
I don't know if he ever came back, Carmen.
Ben, you're muted. Or you're just ignoring us.
Or he's doing 2 other jobs.
Oh. Well, you know what?
I can
I'm
tell
gonna
you,
keep talking until he stops me.
Well, what
I
time is
was
it? We
muted.
started
Sorry
this.
about that.
Oh, okay, he's back.
So we need to wrap it up soon. We got probably about 15 more minutes.
15 more minutes. Perfect.
Yep.
So these are like I said, I could sit here and I can talk to you about BlindShell for a long period of time, but I want to share with you guys an email, and now I'm having to think, let me verify, but I support US at blindshell.com is one of the emails. You're going to be able to reach out and get all different types of support. And all the US team is going to be able to respond to that. So I'm gonna, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to verify support USA at blindshell.com. If you have any questions regarding support, any other questions regarding the phone, please email supportusa at blindshell.com. Or you're going to be able to also email sales, SALES, USA at blindshell.com. And I will be able to answer it, as well as anybody from my team. We're going to be able to answer any questions you have regarding the phone. Where to get it, how much does it cost, where can you get the accessories? Okay. Benjamin, I'm going to owe you and everybody else that's listening a phone number. We're still waiting to create the phone number for customer support in the United States, but stay tuned to that.
And we'll post that on our website, guys. So
now,
Okay.
If
it'll
you
be on the
guys,
same page as the YouTube video.
Okay.
if you guys want to be added to the newsletter, you guys can email supportusa at blindshell.com and request to be added to the newsletter. And we have a monthly newsletter with all types of new information regarding the BlindShell.
Okay. If I gave you my email, would you just be able to put that through and have that just automatically sent to my notifications?
Would
Only because I can't, I don't know how to do emails.
okay. You know what, Ben?
Yes. Yeah, Thomas, I'll send her your email.
That's fine. Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Yes,
Yes. Thank you. So I know I went all over the place talking about BlindShell, probably in some cases I didn't make a lot of sense or I stumbled, but I hope you guys were able to get a lot out of it. Thomas, I would love to be able to meet with you again and provide any additional information regarding the BlindShell, but if you guys have questions right now, I believe Ben's giving us 10 more minutes.
I'm going to let somebody else ask questions because I have, like I say, I can ask questions all night about certain things, and it's not, I don't know if it's going to be in their wheelhouse. So let Martin or whoever else is on ask any questions that they'd like.
Hey, Carmen, just if you want to meet with Thomas, he is going to be in Baltimore on the cruise, so you're welcome to stop by and see him.
Oh,
Okay.
she's coming on a cruise?
I'm trying, Thomas. I'm trying.
Okay, because I was actually going to reach out to her and ask her what she's doing for 2026 Gainesville Gator Nationals, if she would like to bring her product to a booth at the races and display her product there.
Well, if she doesn't want to go there, she could also maybe go to the Clearwater or the Fort Lauderdale fishing trip.
That's a true. Again, the window, the opportunity for her is wide open. So,
and definitely opportunities 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I love Florida. I used to live in Florida. And so definitely, whatever we can do to support you guys in Florida. I'm in Colorado now. So if you want to invite me to Florida, especially, around the months of January to March, April, best times.
I heard you were in 70. My brother lives in Highlands Ranch, so I heard you in 70
okay.
degree. I heard you in 70-degree weather today.
Not both. Right now I'm 45 degrees.
Okay,
but,
so it's getting cold.
and it snowed last night, but last weekend it was. I'm a little bit more towards the north part of the state, the northern part towards Wyoming. But you know what? He's in Highlands Ranch. He gets actually worse weather than we do up here.
Yeah, and it's funny because every 3 days I wind up getting the weather they get because I'm up in New York State.
Oh, okay. So you're in New York State. We've also talked with the Lighthouse Guild and with Helen Keller.
Who'd you speak to at Lighthouse?
Brian Walensky.
Oh, okay. Dr. Laura Newman is very special to me.
Okay.
So again, very, very, very small world. Okay.
This is all a very small world. So you guys here, I'm gonna give you a little bit more information now that I talk about Helen Keller and all that. So one is waiting to possibly schedule a trip to New York to showcase the phone at the Lighthouse Guild and be able to also meet with the folks at Helen Keller. The folks at Helen Keller are also doing some internal demonstrations, or they're verifying, how well does the phone pair up with hearing aids and which hearing aids, and so we can help more of the population.
And just a little tech tip for everyone that's on this call, Chase Manhattan banking system is totally now voiceover right through to their ATM machines. So if you need to do voice transaction banking on the phone, Chase Manhattan is now totally ACA, totally compliant.
Oh, that's good to know. Those are good tidbits.
Well, again, because not very many people in the banking business are secure for where you can do anything over the phone. So it's very, so now you can actually do it over the phone through your voiceover.
Right. So, I know I was going somewhere with this. So, Thomas, are you anywhere near New York City?
Oh, I'm about 80 miles north of that. I'm by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt's museum and the Culinary Institute of America and Marist College.
Okay.
So I'm in the northern part of Dutchess County.
Not familiar, but whenever
You
I
know, you ever hear
schedule
of Poughkeepsie, New York?
yes.
That's I'm right in the town of that, on the border of Hyde Park and Poughkeepsie.
Okay. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah,
Martin,
I'm in the country. I'm not in the city limits at all. So I mean, I'm up in the woods where the snow is just melting. The days are getting longer. You know, things are nice.
nice. Nice. Um, I I seem to like that. Where I'm at is also not as busy as where your brother's at. So
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
Martin, you've just been there. We've been ignoring you. Tell me, do you have any questions for me?
Space.
I guess the only question I have is this available through the VA?
Yes, no. The reason I say that, is because there's so many VAs and it all depends on the VIS coordinators and the bros and what they feel comfortable with and what they know. So we still have, and I was talking to Ben about this, we still have, or I have a lot more work to do with the VAs because there was a time when the VAs kind of were ignoring us because we did not have support in the United States.
Yep.
So now we need to reach back out to all the VAs. So if you guys tell me which VA you guys work with and who's your VIS coordinator, I can definitely reach out to them and I can introduce the phone to them and I can tell them all the things that I've told you guys so that they're going to be able to help you guys with it. So Martin, what VA do you go to?
The West Palm Beach VA, and it's in Riviera Beach, actually West Palm Beach.
Uh-huh.
And we just got a new VIS coordinator, and I don't know her full name. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So Lisa in Florida, she's our distributor. So I'm gonna reach out to Lisa and let her know it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's a Crestmore?
Florida, whatever. Lisa Kretschner?
Yes.
Crestmore.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that she was part of okay. Now I got it.
She's one of our distributors. She's our main
Again,
distributor in Florida.
she's mentioned this to me several times, but I've never actually stopped her in her tracks and said, "What is it?"
Okay. So now you can put all the dots together.
Well, at least I got a couple dots to put together. I just again, it's a small world.
Well, Lisa's the reason why I know Ben and why I'm on the show right now.
Gotcha.
So that brings it full circle.
Yes.
So definitely, Martin, Lisa, we can reach out to Lisa or I can let Lisa know, hey, does the West Palm Beach VA, do they already know about the BlindShell? Do we need to do a demo with them? If Martin, if you have an appointment with your VA and you want to mention it, Ben, can you share my email?
Yes.
And my phone number? And well, I don't want to give my email over the air here because I know this is getting recorded, but
make sure that he has it. If you have a question, you can reach out to me. But we need to start wrapping up.
Okay. Martin, any other questions?
No, I think you explained everything I needed to know. I obviously know that there's much more to it, but it's like anything else until you actually get it in your hands. Everything's just hearsay, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yep.
Carmen, one last thing is because again, I am non-vet, can I use my AARP?
don't have any discounts set up with AARP as of yet.
Okay.
But
It's just a question. You don't have to strain yourself on it. Just to go, yeah, if you're gonna work on
trying
it,
to
that's fine.
think what I can do, but no, Thomas, the short answer is no.
Yes.
But if you know what, if you want to get a phone, you can actually reach out to Lisa. She'll be able to sell you a phone. She's gonna get some, I believe, this week or next week.
Okay.
And we'll be able to help you with the training.
Okay.
Thomas,
Yes, sir.
remember that there's blind services discounts in every state.
Oh, again, I hate my state so much that I'm tired of calling and never getting an answer back then. So again, I don't play that anymore. I'm done with that.
Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if there's no more questions, I'd like to thank a good friend of mine for dropping in, sharing the product with him. And we really appreciate you taking the time. And, if you have any questions, send me an email and I'll make sure we get it out to Carmen. And I'm
Nice.
sure they come back. This product's been on the show twice already, so we're sure we'll make it a third time.
Nice presentation, Carmen. Thank you.
But everybody,
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Martin.
Yeah.
Martin, thank you, Ben.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
this is the Wisdom Geek Club. Please stop by next month for another great presentation. Everybody, thank you for showing up. Have a great evening.
At Wisdom for the Blind, we believe in the power of shared knowledge, connection, and support. Every story, every event, and every resource we offer is made possible because of you. We are a listener-supported organization, and your generosity keeps the wisdom flowing. With a one-time or monthly gift, you help us bring encouragement, community, and life-changing resources to those who need it most. Join us today, because wisdom is a gift meant to be shared. Donate at w4tb.org. Click the red Donate Now button, and thank you in advance for your generosity.
If you need more information about Wisdom for the Blind, please email info@w4tb.org. Or you may call us at 954-WISDOM-4.
You've been listening to Wisdom Tech Talk, coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with an in-studio audience at the Wisdom for the Blind Studios. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. And if you know someone who's blind or vision impaired, tell them about the show. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, hit the website at www.w4bv.org. And we'll see you next time on Wisdom Tech Talk.